See, the what I referred in the earlier conversation was Dell Latitude 7350 detachable, and this particular offering has the battery is made of 75% recycled cobalt. See, the thing is basically, it's not about saying that we are associated with or proud to be working on sustainability. We are ensuring that that's reflecting in the new products which we are working on and which we are offering to our customers across the globe. So we work closely with our suppliers to ensure that our sustainability goals are basically met with the right products. I also mentioned about Dell Optiplex. So Dell Optiplex certain chassis, it is actually made up of around 50% plus recyclable steel, right? So again, we are making efforts to ensure that we meet our year 2030 goals, wherein the products which we will build for the end users across the world, it would have at least 50% the content would be either a recycled, reusable, or a low emission material. So before we actually launch a product, it goes to tremendous amount of testing, right? When the
In-house
it's a in-house as well as to the third party as well. It's not only about launch, right? Prior to that, during the product development stage itself, right? And we come up with certain goals saying, hey, one of the thing is the MIL standard, depending on the product and depending on the solution which you are offering. But again, closely working along with the vendors, and it's a third party result. It is not only about their internal one, right? Because the third party results would be certified as well, right? And that's what we'll do. I will give a simple answer. It's more helping hand. See, because we all know about CPU and we all know about GPU. Many of the applications work in a serial mode, right? In historical devices, and when it works in a serial mode, typically some of the users may see that the performance is not as per their expectation, whether it's a graphics intensive work happening or the processor intensive work is happening or on certain applications. I, what I mentioned about NPU is a one more helping hand is because with NPU coming in, certain workload of CPU and GPU would NPU will basically handle that particular workload, right? And it would work in parallel, right? And that's where it's more about the applications which the user is using. NPU will identify that which applications are being used the most. It will fine tune its performance to support that application more. Hence, it would become more efficient. It would help to enhance the productivity of the user as such. And neural processing unit, really, it's going to be the one of the most important aspect on this particular. We always say Dell commercial PCs are most secure PCs, right? Lots of we provide lots of security solutions which is below the OS, above the OS. You mentioned about hardware TPM, but it is not restricted or limited to those, right? We work along with leading security vendors during the product phase itself, right? So we have the right security solutions available with along with our devices. I will also like to give one more example, right, which is the Dell Optimizer software, which comes along with all Dell commercial PCs and devices. Now we all know, right? Meaning, many of the users, we work on our notebook while traveling, or whether it's related on airport lounges or at a cafe, and so on and so forth. And when we got so much immersed in the work which we are doing, it may happen that someone might be walking behind the user can see, hey, what's there on the screen, right? And the user might be working on an important or a confidential information. So if the web camera is on and if the Dell optimizer is enabled, the software will basically, some intruder is looking at the screen, and then automatically screen will blank out. I believe this is also a unique feature, but it's an important features to basically have. And again, we have various security solutions which we can provide to customers. This is their needs, their pain point. I will answer it more with the end user and organization in mind, right? What we have launched today is Latitude 9450, Latitude 7350 detachable, Latitude 7350 ultralight, and Mobile Precision 5490. All the product, all the solutions which you are bringing in, those are basis the persona based mapping which you have done, right? For example, it's a AI developer or a knowledge worker or a power user, because each user, he or she, will definitely have a different requirement, right? And that's where we take pride in terms of having or offering right solution across the personas. And it would definitely help in terms of more collaboration, more effectiveness, and more productivity gains coming in with this particular offer. I will give you a few examples, right? uh, One of them, you mentioned about hybrid. So the user may be working from office, or the user may be working while he or she is on the move, kind of a thing. I gave an example saying, hey, if the user want to connect his or her device, right, then typically they have to manually search in terms of where there is more signal strength is available and manually connect to that particular network. With Dell Optimizer, it searches for we, which are the routers available within the vicinity, and it automatically connects to the router which provides the highest or maximum signal strength. This definitely helps to save time. That's one. Second, second feature is if someone is working at home. Let's say the user has a pet at home, and or there can be some different noise which can happen, right? It can be a traffic or some of the other things. So Dell Optimizer, when you are working on a collaborative tool, it just reduces the background noise. So it helps not only for the person who is speaking, but the other team members who are basically attending that call. So it automatically cancels the background noise. This is one feature which is there. Third, I mentioned about the security aspect, right? Automatically it blankets the screen. So various things which are there, and I'm happy to share more details with you.